exciting on many levels. Like how we worked during the winter and the winter conditioning and that phase of it. Exciting for Saturday to get started, and you know, spring balls for a lot of different things. You find out your competitiveness. You find out the guys who are going to, you know, who's made the biggest improvements since the fall and the winter, and have a great competition positionally in offense and defense, and just excited. Really, we all like how we've come to work every day and what the guys have done, you know, from a genetic standpoint, and what they've done in the weight room and with Aaron Wellman, and so we're excited.
Brady, what have you seen out of Devin Gardner these last couple months, knowing that he's got a great opportunity to be the starting quarterback and that leadership role from him? Well,
and Mike, I think those are all things that you've seen him improve from leadership, from you know, the way he finishes drills. You know, when you're talking about the winter conditioning part of it, and that's all that example that you want him to show to, you know, his teammates. So I like how he's handled himself. I like how he's, the right word probably is matured, and his seriousness about being the quarterback at Michigan.
You got obviously the medical red shirt. I know that you had a statement about that, but what does that do for the program? And what did it do for Devin to kind of have that burden lifted off his shoulder of not knowing for a while?
You know, I don't know if in conversation with him, you know, I think we were all anticipating what would happen. I think we all, from our standpoint, thought it would happen. But, you know, you never know how those things can turn. But I think it obviously is an opportunity for him, you know, to play and be at Michigan another year, to keep elevating his game from the intelligence of playing the position to, again, getting back to, you know, the leadership is always something. And so I think he feels very good about it.
Brady, are we going to see more of an offensive change in the philosophy with Devin's accuracy in passing? Are you going to go more to a passing game, do you think, this season?
You know, I think the play-action game off of the run game is, you know, and it's, you know, going to be a big part of it. You know, we're not going to line up in one-back sets and 3 wides and 4 wides and, you know, just start out throwing the football. I mean, that's not who we're going to be. We certainly, you know, get into the season, there's game plans and those kind of things. But when you look at what we are and want to be with the 2-back sets and with, you know, being able to run the football and do those things, that's all part of it.
Speaking of that side of it, the running the ball, what do you expect to learn about your run game?
Well, we've got a lot of young guys up front who are going to have great opportunities to prove what they can do at the line of scrimmage, and you know, I think having Taylor back and Mike back, you know, gives you 2 real solid guys. Obviously, at the tackle position, got tight ends that got to be a big part of it. You know, A.J. Williams and his improvement. You know, Funches, Jake Butt. You know, is a guy who's been here since January. Running the football is something that we're going to, you know, stress, and stopping the run on the other side of the ball. But, you know, I think there's a lot of young youth that's going to get a lot of opportunity.
Your offensive line is going to have a bit of a new look with graduation of a couple seniors as well. But you have Taylor Lewan back. What kind of boon is that for the offensive line to have a guy like him back? And how has he embraced his final spring here?
Well, you know, I think any guy who goes through 4 springs and 5 camps or whatever it might be, however you count it, those things are all part of it. And, you know, from what I can tell from the coaches' stations, excuse me, through the winter here, you know, I think he has really done a tremendous job in leading by example and how he's gone through drills and the competitiveness that you want to have in all those things. And then having a guy who has who's at that level as far as you look at him from a talent standpoint, you know, I think he has done a tremendous job of trying to improve technique fundamentals. I think it's something that's important to him, and I think it's real important to him. You know, him wanting to develop that offensive line.